I am someone who starts a series before finishing the series that I had started before, and today I'm going to finish 2 duologies. I'm having so much fun reading this book. I really like the development this character had. So Liz is thriving. It just felt like the same story but in a different font, which was so entertaining. You definitely have to read the second book, which I'm very confused about because I don't remember unbelievably long. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Tanisha and I love taking you along on my reading journey. And in today's video I'm going to finish 2 duologies that I am in the middle of. I am someone who starts a series before finishing the series that I had started before. So I thought it would be fun to start a video series where I finish series that I am in the middle of, and the video series is called The Final Chapter. I already made a video months ago where I finished the Seven Sisters series by Lucinda Riley. I recently filmed a video where I finished the Powerless trilogy, and today I'm going to finish 2 duologies. First I'm going to read ASAP by Axie Oh. This is the sequel to XOXO, and after that I'm going to read Nothing Like the Movies, which is the sequel to Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. So grab a drink and let's start with book 1, which is ASAP by Axie Oh. This book is about Sori and Nathaniel. They are both K-pop idols or K-pop trainees. I think Sori is a trainee and Nathaniel is a idol. The female main character in this book is the roommate from the female main character of the first book in this duology, and the male main character is the bandmate from the male main character from the first book. So I think I'm going to see the main characters of the first book as well, which I'm very excited about. I read XOXO in my 24 hours of reading video and I was so invested in the story. I recently got into K-pop and I really like the whole scene around it. I like the little Easter eggs. I like the whole background story about how idols are debuting and what the culture is, and I really liked how the first book talked about K-pop in a way where they didn't expect you to know everything about it, and I'm expecting that this one is also the same, very accessible even if you don't like K-pop, because the female main character of the first book wasn't even a K-pop fan, so I don't think you have to be a fan to be able to read this duology. I also just like the Korean scenery. I really like the XO Kitty series on Netflix because of the Korean aesthetics in there. It is just so cozy in my opinion, and this duology gives me the same feeling as XO Kitty but also as To All the Boys I Loved Before. So yeah, I can't wait to get back into this duology and to get back into this universe because I kind of miss the characters. This is a young adult book and it's also not thick at all, so I wouldn't be surprised if I finish this book within 24 hours. But I'm just going to see how far I get. It is a beautiful day today. The weather is amazing. I think it is 25 degrees outside, degrees Celsius that is. I'm going to grab a drink and then sit on my balcony and start ASAP by Axie Oh.
I've learned that there's an art to changing, that I'm the potter and the clay, I'm the canvas and the painter, the marble that I sculpt away. Every stroke of a brush, every finger's touch is a rosy cheek of a love-struck flush, is a sunburnt wing of a heartbreak crush, is a rush, feel the rush. You're painting Frida Kahlo, lead the muses like a Apollo, all the colors layered on kaleidoscope. You're a sculptor of Bernini.
I read for about an hour and then I took a shower. Oh, that rhymes. And I thought it would be a good idea to update you right now because I'm 20% into the book and I'm about to continue reading. I'm enjoying this read so far. I don't think I actually talked about what is the plot of this book. I think I told you the names of the characters though. So the female main character is named Sori, male main character is named Nathaniel, and they are exes. Sori is the daughter of the boss of some sort of producing company. I'm not 100% sure what her mother does for work. But one thing that is important for the story is that her mom really wants her to be a K-pop idol. And the female main character has done nothing than train to actually debut. But the closer she gets to actually debuting as an idol, the less she wants it. But she's scared to tell her mother. Her ex-boyfriend, Nathaniel, he is an idol. He is in the same K-pop group as the male main character of book 1. They broke up 2 years ago because Nathaniel is an idol and he is not allowed to date. But I'm not 100% sure if they actually got over the breakup. I feel like they're still in love with each other. So this might be a second chance romance book, which is funny because the female main character actually talked about second chance romances and how those books are her favorite trope, which is ironic. The female main character also has a complex family life. There is some drama with her parents, which is very interesting to read. I read 70 pages so far in an hour, so I feel like I'm flying through the book. I'm now 20-ish% into the book. I'm going to crawl into my bed, probably with a cup of tea, and then I'm going to read some more because I'm invested. And I just love the vibes. And that's also why I wanted to read the sequel, because I love the vibes of the first book as well. So those are my thoughts. And I will talk to you again when I have more.
Masterpieces take a lifetime. And patience is a peerless craft. Wonderful, it's beautiful. You know who you were a year ago. Oh, paint your portrait as you grow. Every stroke of a brush, every finger's touch is a rosy cheek of a love-struck flush. Is a sunburned wing of a heartbreak crush. Is a rush, feel the rush. You're a painting Frida Kahlo. Lead the muses like a follow. All the colors layered.
It is the next day and I'm now halfway through the book. I read 160 pages yesterday, which is crazy. But this book is so entertaining and a real page turner. I am completely invested in the story. I'm completely invested in the plot. I like the main characters. I obviously like the vibes, but that was already established. And I'm having so much fun reading this book. I think I have only 2 hours of reading left, but I am about to go on a walk right now because it is almost 30 degrees outside. So I want to spend some time outside today, and I'm going to turn on the audiobook. I have been switching between the physical copy and the audiobook, and I like both. I'm having so much fun. So yeah, I'm going on a walk, listening to the book while I'm getting my steps in, and then I'm going to come home and finish this book, and let's talk after I finish it.
Will become what they create. I live art, I breathe art. I myself, I am art. Artists will become what they create. You're a painting Frida Kahlo. Lead the music's like Apollo. All the colors.
I finished ASAP. I called it ASAP before, but the audio narrator pronounced it as ASAP, so I think I was doing it wrong by saying ASAP. But anyway, I finished the book and I enjoyed this so much. I'm going to give it 4 stars. The story is just so cute. I liked every single character. There were multiple plots going on at the same time, which was so entertaining. Even though this is a young adult romance book, the romance plot was not the only thing that I was reading about. You get a lot of background information about how the K-pop world works, especially with the variety shows that they go on. This wasn't in the first book at all. So I'm very glad that I got to read about it, because I know my friends who are big K-pop friends love variety shows and they have been talking about it a lot. So it's fun to somehow experience it through a book. I really like the development this character had with her family relationships and also with discovering what she wants to do in her life, especially since she has always been training to debut and then realizing that she doesn't want to debut anymore. I really liked how that storyline was written out and also how it concluded. I think I've already said everything that I wanted to say about this book in my earlier updates. The vibes are just so good. And I figured out what her mom does. Her mom is the CEO of the entertainment company who owns the K-pop groups. So that's why Sorry not wanting to debut was a big deal. So I wanted to clear that up because I think I said it wrong earlier, or I was like, I don't know what her mom does. I'm not 100% sure what her mother does for work, but I know it now. She is the CEO of the entertainment company. Those are my thoughts on this book, which means that I have concluded the XOXO duology, which I'm so sad about. I couldn't find any information about there being more books, so I think I'm just going to have to come to terms with the fact that this duology is over and that I can't spend more time in this universe anymore. But I saw, however, that the author of this book has more books. I'm just excited to read Axie Oh's entire backlog, to be honest. So I might make a video about that soon where I read all her books, but before I do that, it is time to start the next book, which is Nothing Like the Movies. I'm not going to start it today, I think, so I'll just get back to you when I start the book, and then I will talk about what the book is about and stuff like that. It has been a couple of days and I'm finally ready to start Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. This book is the sequel to Better Than the Movies, which is about Liz, who is the biggest fan of rom-com you will ever meet, and her next door neighbor Wes. And the sequel is about Liz, who figures out that life is not like the script of a rom-com movie. And I'm pretty sure this is a second chance romance, which I'm very confused about because I don't remember the couple breaking up at all. I'm pretty sure something happened between this book and the first book. So yeah, we'll see where this story is going to bring us. I'm going to crawl into my bed and start this book now. And I will talk to you when I have something to say about the first few pages that I'm going to read. So it has been a couple days and I just now started this book this morning. I think I last spoke to you on Saturday where I told you that I was going to start Nothing Like the Movies and a little bit about what the book is about. It is Monday right now and I started this morning slow and cozy in bed with some reading. I think I read for about an hour and a half and I am at page 107, which is 25% into the book. So I have been making some progress. One thing I noticed immediately is that the chapters in this book are so short. The chapters in the first book were unbelievably long, but because of the story and how engaging it was, I completely forgot about how long the chapters were. But this book luckily has short chapters, so I'm now just reading about why they broke up and also about what they have been doing between the last book and this book, because there is about 2 years between the two books. So in the first book they were seniors in high school and they were about to go to college, and in this book Liz is a junior in high school. There's a lot of talk about what Liz studies and also what she does as a part-time job, and both her studies and part-time job sounds so interesting. Liz studies music, I think, because she wants to work on TV shows and movies and do like the music choices for that, which is very fitting because Liz is a girl who makes soundtracks for everything in her life. She loves music and makes a bunch of playlists for every occasion in her life, and also occasionally thinks about what soundtrack would play in certain situations in her life. So her studies is very fitting, and her part-time job is that she is on the video production team. So she makes content for the school she is in. She studies at UCLA and she makes content for the athlete department of the school, which is so cool. And she's currently doing an internship with some sort of company that makes athletic documentaries, which is one of her biggest dreams. So Liz is thriving, but obviously there's also this love story happening that is kind of complicating. This is a romance duology, so I don't think it is a spoiler if I tell you that in the first book they get together. And this is a second chance romance book. So obviously they broke up between the first book and this book. And I just now found out why they broke up. So there is this sense of longing, and also, one of the two tries to get back into contact while the other one is like, leave me alone, I don't want anything to do with you. So there is this drama going on, also a lot of tension. So it is just very entertaining, and I'm also so entertained by the college setting that is going on, because there is a lot of talks about what Liz is studying, what Wes is studying, like what they're doing outside of school, parties and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm having so much fun, and I'm going to continue reading now. Yeah, I have the day off, so I will probably read all day, and I will just get back to you whenever I have updates. I'm 21 chapters into the book right now, which is almost halfway, and I am enjoying this read so much. The vibes in this book are really different though than the first book. The first book was not all cutesy. Even though the first book was cute, there were still more heavy topics being talked about. But this book it feels heavier. You can see that the characters have grown up. I mean, they are 20 now, and they were 17, almost 18 in the first book. So you can see that they have grown up a couple of years, and that they are not just high school students anymore. Life has not been easy to them in the years in between, so that's probably why this book feels heavier. I'm very happy with how Lynn Painter goes about giving you the information about what happened in those years, because sometimes you see authors doing time jumps and then rushing over information just so you can be updated, if that makes sense. Like sometimes you see montages of things that happened that are important to know to continue the story, but it is always very rushed and feels unnatural. But Lynn Painter is doing an amazing job at giving you the information in a natural way, and also more spread out, and not just dumping all the information at once. I'm enjoying myself so much. I'm halfway through and it's only 1 p.m. So I feel like I'm going to finish this book today. I think I'm going to update you again when I finish the book, but if there is something very big that I want to talk about in between, I will just update you then. I didn't finish the book the same day, but I did finish it just a few minutes ago. So I thought I would give you my final thoughts now instead of tomorrow, because I think my initial reaction will be faded by then. I do like the duology. I really like Liz and Wes's characters. They are so cute together, but one thing that I don't like about this duology is that even though you have two books of the same character, there is so little content of them actually being together, because the first book is just a normal romance book. So obviously, like every other romance book, the couple doesn't get together at the beginning of the book. So you have to work towards them being together. And then the second book is a second chance romance. So they again have to work towards getting together, which means that you don't get a lot of content of them actually being together, which I personally didn't like in this duology. I would have appreciated it more if there were two couples. So for example, with the XOXO duology, you had a couple in book 1 and you had a different couple in book 2. So you still have 2 books of a couple getting together, but at least you get to enjoy the end result in the second book, even though that first couple was not the main priority. But yeah, in this book, it was just, again, Liz and Wes trying to get together, them not communicating. It just felt like the same story, but in a different font. You know, the first book was them miscommunicating in high school, and this book was them miscommunicating in college. So I don't hate the book because I enjoyed the story, but this is not a book where I'm like, you definitely have to read the second book. I really liked the first book. I think I gave it 4 or maybe even 4.5 stars. This book is going to get 3.5 stars from me. So those are my thoughts, which means that the second book in this video is done. I finished 2 duologies, which means that I only have 5 more series left that I am in the middle of. So I am making progress, and I'm very curious to hear what series you are in the middle of. So comment that down below. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what series you are reading, and I will see you in my next video whenever I post it. Bye!